The ocean was calm when the screaming started. Not the kind of screaming that comes from fear or pain, but the kind that sounds happy. Laughing, singing, calling out names. And it was coming from a ship that had been missing for over 50 years. My name is Elias Moore, and I used to work on cargo ships, long routes, quiet nights, endless water. You learn fast that the ocean never sleeps, it watches. On my last voyage, our ship, the Black Horizon, was crossing the North Atlantic. No land for days, no storms, no problems. Until the radar picked something up. A ship, drifting. That alone wasn't strange. What was strange was its size, old, wooden, tall masts. A pirate ship? The captain laughed at first, said it had to be a trick of the radar, but then we saw it with our own eyes. It was real. Dark sails, broken lanterns, a hull so worn it looked like it should fall apart at any moment. Yet it floated perfectly still. No waves touching it, no wind moving it. Just waiting. Someone on our crew whispered, "That ship shouldn't exist." They were right. Painted on its side, barely visible through the fog, was a name carved into the wood. The Morrows. Grin. Every sailor on deck went quiet. Because every sailor knows the old stories. The Morrow's Grin was a legend. A pirate ship said to have vanished with its entire crew after slaughtering 3 merchant vessels in one night. The last survivor claimed the pirates didn't bleed when shot. The ship was never found. Until now. The captain ordered us closer. That was his mistake. As we approached, the air grew cold. The smell of rot filled our noses. Not normal decay, this smelled old, deep, like something that had been dead for centuries but refused to let go. We called out. No answer. Then a lantern flickered on. Then another. Figures appeared on the deck. Men, pirates, smiling. Their faces were pale and stretched too wide. Their eyes were black pits, empty but watching us closely. One of them waved. Then they began to sing. A sea shanty. Soft, joyful, wrong. The words made no sense. They repeated names, dates, places no one alive should remember. One of the crew dropped to his knees. He was crying. He said the pirates were singing his mother's name. The captain shouted for us to pull back. The engines died. The singing stopped. Silence. Then a voice called out from the pirate ship. "Come aboard," it said kindly. "You've sailed so far." The plank lowered on its own. Against every instinct, 3 crew members stepped forward. They didn't look scared. They looked relieved. As soon as their feet touched the pirate ship, the lanterns burned brighter, and the pirates began laughing. Not happy laughter. Hungry laughter. The plank snapped up. The pirates moved. Too fast. We watched as our crewmates were dragged below deck, still smiling, still calm, as if they didn't understand what was happening. The ship began to turn toward us. No wind, no sails moving. Just drifting closer. The captain screamed orders, pounding the controls. The radio crackled to life. Not with static, with breathing. Slow, wet, right in our ears. A whisper followed. You cannot outrun what the sea remembers. The pirate ship slammed into us. Wood against steel. And yet, it cut through us like we were nothing. Our ship groaned, tearing open. Water rushed in. As we sank, the pirates leaned over the rails, watching. Smiling. Singing again. One by one, hands rose from the water, rotting, pale, reaching. Not to grab us. To welcome us. I don't remember how I survived. They say I was found alone in a lifeboat 3 days later. No other survivors. No wreckage. No sign of the pirate ship. But sometimes at night, when the ocean is calmed, I hear singing, and I know the Morrow's Grin is still out there, waiting for its next crew. Ships are never truly empty. Even when the decks are silent, even when the lights go out, even when everyone who sailed on them is gone. The ocean remembers what you bring into it. And sometimes, it brings it back. I joined the Iron Whale because I needed money, and because no one asked questions. The ship was old, older than it looked. Rust clung to its sides like dried blood. The name was barely readable, scratched and repainted too many times. The crew was small. 8 men, all experienced, all quiet. No jokes, no stories, no laughter. On my first night, the captain gathered us on deck. "Everyone here takes turns on night watch," he said, "but there's one rule." He waited. After midnight, no one goes below deck alone. Someone laughed nervously. The captain didn't. That's not a suggestion. That should have been my warning. The first few days were calm. Too calm. The ocean lay flat like dark glass, reflecting the sky so perfectly it felt like we were floating between two worlds. At night, I heard water moving inside the ship. Not sloshing. Flowing. Like breathing. I asked one of the older crew members about it. He said, "That's the bilge, the lowest part of the ship where all the dirty water, oil, and rot collect." He refused to say anything else. The smell started on the 4th night. Sour, oily, sweet in the worst way. It clung to clothes, to skin, to dreams. That same night, the ship's dog, an old mutt named Anchor, began barking at the bilge hatch. Growling, whining, backing away with its tail between its legs. Then the barking stopped. Anchor was never seen again. The dreams began soon after. We all shared them. Standing in ankle-deep water, the deck tilted slightly, like the ship was breathing. Something brushed past our legs, slow and curious. And always the same voice. Still awake. People woke up screaming. No one talked about it. Not until the youngest crewman, Thomas, vanished. His boots were found neatly placed beside his bunk. The bed was still warm. No blood, no struggle, no sound. The captain ordered us to lock all hatches at night. It didn't help. Something began knocking from below deck. Once per night. Always at the same time. 3 slow knocks. As if asking permission. On the 7th night, the captain finally told us the truth. Years ago, the Iron Whale struck something deep beneath the waves. Not a whale, not wreckage. Something alive. They pulled it aboard by mistake, tangled in their nets. It was pale and soft, folded in on itself like it didn't understand shape yet. It had mouths. Too many. They tried to kill it. They couldn't. So they cut it apart and dumped it into the bilge, believing the sea would finish the job. It didn't die, the captain said. It learned. The thing grew in the dark, feeding on sound, on footsteps, on voices, on fear. Every year, it took 1 crew member. And every year, the ship sailed again. Why not abandon the ship? I asked. The captain looked at the floor. It won't let us. That night, the sea went still. No waves, no wind. The engines ran, but the ship didn't move. The bilge hatch began to tremble. Water leaked out, black and thick, crawling across the deck against gravity. Then the voice spoke. Clear as day. Why do you keep leaving? The hatch burst open. What came out wasn't one creature. It was many things pretending to be one. Limbs formed and fell apart. Mouths opened where skin should be. Eyes blinked open in the water itself. It didn't rush us. It watched. Learning. When it moved, the crew vanished screaming into the dark below. Not dragged. Invited. I ran. I reached a lifeboat and cut it loose. As I drifted away, I watched the Iron Whale sink, slow and gentle, like it was choosing to go down. The water closed over it. The sea became calm again. They found me 3 days later. No one believed my story. They never do. But last month, a ship was spotted drifting near the same waters. Rusty, old. Engines running. No crew aboard. Its name was freshly painted. Iron Whale.